Watch your thoughts. They become words. Watch your words. They become actions. Watch your actions. They become habits. Watch your habits. They become character. Watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. Thoughts that rule our lives. How many thoughts do you think you have in a minute? It's been said we have between 35 and 48 thoughts per minute, or 50,000 to 70,000 thoughts per day. Whether this is accurate or not, the main idea is that we think a lot. Thoughts are constantly popping up in our minds that are automatic, ruminative, repetitive, and predominantly useless or negative. If you don't believe me, just stop for a minute and listen to what goes through your head. You will discover that you can't predict from minute to minute what your mind is going to say. You can only begin to recognize particular patterns. Sometimes I feel like my mind waits in anticipation for me to wake up in the morning so it can torture me with its usual nonsense. After listening for many years to the stories of how people think when they struggle with food and their bodies, I constructed a list of cognitive distortions that are commonly reported. See if you recognize them and begin to notice when you engage in the following types of unhelpful thoughts. Categorizer. It's all or nothing, good and bad, right or wrong, and white or black. Rule maker. I should, must, ought to, and have to. Perfectionist. I must strive to be perfect. Defeatist. I'll never be able to. I give up. 2-year-old. No, you can't tell me what to do. Blamer. It's his, her fault, or it's all my fault. Comparer. I'm not as good as, less than, or worse than him or her. Labeler. I'm fat as a cow, my belly is disgusting, my thighs are wiggly. The categorizer. The categorizer, who engages in all or nothing thinking, is alive and well in most of us, but is particularly active in the minds of people who struggle with how to make sense of their food and bring kindness to their bodies. When this thinking prevails, there is a tendency to put everything into a distinct category on one side or the other. Thinking in this way is why unconditional permission to eat is often translated into, I can eat everything I want and as much as I want all of the time. It is exemplified by thoughts like, that food is bad, or I can never have chocolate. These types of thoughts are conditioned by the dieting mentality. Listen for the words everything, always, never, good, bad, right, or wrong. They are signs that you are engaging in the dichotomous thinking of a categorizer. The rule maker. From all or nothing, you can quickly fall into the role of rule maker. I shouldn't eat that because it has too many carbs, or I should only eat salads at lunch. I should be a size 8, or I shouldn't have such a big butt. Just the word should applies that you are supposed to, but you don't really want to, or it's impossible. It can feel like there is someone standing over you giving you rules you can't really live up to. Besides your own dictates, you are constantly barraged with other rules about what you should and shouldn't eat and how you should and shouldn't look. These voices develop from what you see on TV, in the movies, and in magazines. They are embedded in popular culture and consumer marketing that says you need to be something other than what you are. Even skinny people can't live up to the expectations surrounding us. Under conditions of perpetual discontent, you will feel incapable of getting it right. Listen for the voice that sounds like a scolding parental figure. The perfectionist. The rule maker sets the stage for the perfectionist. This is one of my favorites because I practiced it quite a bit. The perfectionist says that you have to do it perfectly. There can be no mistakes, only failures. and life is not okay by any standard less than the highest. If you are not perfect, you are not good. Under the perfectionist's influence, you push yourself to the brink and still never feel satisfied. If you reach a dieting or weight goal, then you set a harder goal to achieve. If you have a perfectionist inside your head, you know how it sucks the joy out of every aspect of life. Listen for the voice that sets unrealistic standards for you and your behavior. The defeatist. This brings us to the defeatist. If you can't be perfect, why try? This pattern of thinking includes a combination of self-judgment,